Greetings, Protest players! I'm Gillyweed, and this is the build order walkthrough for Sage's PvT Blink All-In. In a second, I'll ask you to pause the video while you start a game against an easy AI Terran opponent. Once the game loads, pause it and come back here. I'll then give you a countdown and you'll get to resume your game. Ready? Pause the video. Welcome back. Get ready to unpause the game and start your first probe in 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, go. You just started your first probe. Keep building them. You'll build your first pylon after you start your 9th probe. You just started your 9th probe. When you get close to 100 minerals, pull out a probe to build a pylon and then return it to mining. Your pylon should finish at the same time as your 10th probe. Start an 11th probe as soon as you can and chrono boost it out. Chrono boost the Nexus again now. Pull out a probe to warp in a gateway, then return it to mining. You should be at 13 supply. Warp in 2 assimilators as soon as you have the resources. Your 15th probe is almost done. Use it to warp in a pylon at your ramp. Chrono boost the Nexus again. You should be starting your 17th probe. When your assimilators finish, put 2 probes on each. Your gateway is done. Warp in a cybernetics core when you get the resources. Warp in a pylon at your base now. When your cybernetics core is done, research warp gate and build a stalker. Chrono boost the gateway and the cybernetics core. When your stalker finishes, start a second one and put 1 more probe on each of your assimilators. If your opponent has Reapers, keep the stalker at your base to deny scouting. Otherwise, use it to poke into his base and see what he's building. At 100 gas, warp in a Twilight Council in a hidden spot. Chrono boost the gateway now. If you're at 29 supply and building your 2nd stalker, you're on your 25th probe. Don't make any more after this one. When your stalker finishes, build another. Pull out a probe to warp in 2 more gateways now. When your Twilight Council finishes, start researching Blink and chrono boost it. Warp in a pylon now. Start building a mothership core when you get 100 gas. Warp in a pylon now, then send this probe out to build a proxy pylon. Chrono boost the Twilight Council now. When warp gate research finishes, transform all your gateways into warp gates. Send your mothership core and stalkers to the proxy pylon location. When your probe gets there, start the pylon. Warp in 3 stalkers at home, then rally them to your other stalkers. Chronoboost the Twilight Council again now. Send your probe to build a closer proxy pylon. When your first one finishes, warp in 3 more stalkers there. Chronoboost your Twilight Council now. When your second proxy pylon finishes, warp in 3 more stalkers, and then attack when blink finishes. This should be around the 7-minute, 40-second mark. You should have 12 stalkers and a mothership core attacking, with 25 probes at home. During your attack, make sure to keep the mothership core alive, as high ground vision is key to this build. Don't overcommit with your stalkers. Only blink aggressively to gain high ground or to take out a Widow Mine or tank before it can attack. Keep warping in stalkers. This is an all-in, so you will most likely lose the game if you don't deal significant damage or win outright. If you do deal damage and keep most of your units alive, you can transition by taking your natural and then getting upgrades in Storm. Good luck and have fun!